All right, here with head men's basketball coach Chris Tifft. Open it up for questions.
How nice was it to see Sage perform the way he did on Saturday before eventually fouling out?
Yeah, there's a lot of fouling out, wasn't there? Sage did a good job. Sage plays hard for the most part. We had a conversation earlier today about playing hard all the time, being in a stance, being alert. But he is physical, and he plays with some reckless abandon, which we need. He's not built like your typical freshman. He's 6'7", has good size and strength. Is kind of learning to play two positions, which is not always easy for a young player. But it was nice to see him have a good game. He's had good games before, but for him just to kind of stick his nose in there and make some plays. And like I said, he always has a good attitude. Did a great job in the classroom in the first semester. Is always available. That's a big thing with our team, is just availability. He's serious about the weight room. He takes care of himself. He comes with a good attitude, and he has more good days than bad days. So it was nice to see him have a productive day. Now, always some things to improve upon, especially when we're having trouble, kind of guarding and some of those things. But for the most part, had a good night.
27 fouls on Saturday. What's kind of going through your mind when you're seeing that total keep stacking up?
Well, we've preached that we want to guard without fouling, but we're also at a place where we need to compete and be physical. So some of it's okay. I'm a little more concerned when we don't foul people, and I'm a little more concerned individually if a player doesn't have many fouls. Just makes you wonder how hard they're really competing. And East Bay is an aggressive team. They make 5 threes a game, which is pretty low in today's game. So that means that they are really putting the ball on the floor and they're throwing the ball in the post. And we just had some silly fouls. Running into people out by half court, reaching and fouling a shooter right at the buzzer in the first half. There are some silly fouls mixed in there, probably 5 or 6. The other ones I can live with. There's some that maybe are fouls, maybe aren't, but I think that goes both ways. But 27 is a lot. And, for Saturday's game, for us to have 2 players injured, and I pretty much was going to sit Steve-O for the game because he didn't play on Thursday, and then to have 4 players foul out put us in a precarious situation.
Yeah, Cam played on Thursday, but then he was out on Saturday. What happened with him?
With Cam?
Yeah.
Well, Cam suffered an injury at the end of the game. He twisted his ankle, and it's a pretty bad sprain, so it's going to be a little bit of time for him. And just fortunate there was nothing worse, but we're just going to have to go without him here in the near future. We've lost Jordan Johnson already. Now we lose Cam, so now it's Steph. Got some time. He hasn't really played that much this year, but Steph is our 7-foot freshman from China. He has really progressed over the last few weeks. He's a young guy that works extremely hard. We play Thursday. I go to the rec center on Friday to relieve some stress, and he's in there lifting. He's in there lifting weights, and he's very serious about becoming a better player. So it was really good to see him get an opportunity on Saturday. And the first thing he does is draw a technical foul. And anybody involved in our program understands how easy it is for Steph to get under your skin in terms of how he kind of flails around. But it was good to see him get some time. But as for Cam, just has an ankle injury, and it'll be a little bit.
Yeah, Cam, being one of the older guys, I feel like has been helpful, kind of guiding all those freshmen. But I feel that Kareem has also recently, in the past few weeks, really kind of brought himself up as a leader. He's been having some pretty good games, if you could just speak on his performance.
Well, Kareem's done a great job because he's very serious. He has good intentions in terms of working outside of practice, getting shots. He works in the weight room. This is important to him, and you see that he's a senior. This is kind of the end of his college career, and he is trying to capitalize on that. So he is taking advantage of every opportunity he has to be in the moment, to listen, to get better, to watch video. Sometimes as freshmen, you feel like your whole career is ahead of you, and it goes quickly. It does go quickly, and young players don't understand that. But I think what you see with Kareem is, he's the only senior on our team. He was fighting for his eligibility with the NCAA. He got that, and he is capitalizing on the opportunity. And it's just like anything else. You invest time, you have serious intentions, you evaluate yourself and your performance, and that's what he's been doing. And then the results show because of that investment. So it's good to see him capitalizing on the opportunity that he does have.
And would you say Kareem's kind of fight that he's shown, getting back his eligibility and just performing the way he has the last few weeks, kind of exemplifies what you want from this program?
Yes, for sure. I didn't know what to expect from Kareem when I first got here. He just wasn't in a place to participate and kind of move forward with the program. He's really fought hard in the first semester to put himself in a position to be available and to be part of our program. But that's our program right now is a process. It's not a finished product by any stretch. And for the younger guys to see his stick-to-itiveness, and like he said to me, a lot of guys would have just given up and just gone to school and not played anymore. And he fought. He fought for his opportunity. And the younger players don't quite understand that because they're not at that place in their career. But they can pick up on his work ethic and his toughness. And the one thing that he does really well for us is he talks, and he's vocal. And he's sometimes can be a little vocal, like sometimes I need to get a word in during timeouts. But that's fine. I'd rather have it be that way. Can we get longer timeouts, by the way? I can't even. The referee was all over me a couple of nights ago, and I turned around and said, I have 4 freshmen over here. And he said, I get it, Coach. It's okay. But Kareem's vocal, and he does show some leadership in that respect.
Yeah, we're playing time at the 5 kind of up for grabs. What do you want to see from Steph in these last few weeks, month or so of the conference schedule to kind of solidify his status for next season?
Yeah, we have a few people in that situation. Steph is one of them. Isaac is one of them. Pejon, Steve-O, Rob, all of our young guys. The great thing, and Coach Billups and I were talking about this after practice today, is that's what it's supposed to be, right? You're supposed to get a freshman who takes it serious, who works hard, who's a great kid, who's a great teammate, and he gets better, right? A lot of guys just kind of flatline. We have a term called run out of talent. Sometimes guys just run out of talent, and it's the intangibles that take you to the next step. Competitiveness, the weight room, being vocal, being coachable, being available. But Steph does a good job of all those things. And for him in particular, it's just a great case study, and that's how it's supposed to look. You're supposed to invest and have a great attitude and be a great teammate, and you get better. And some guys just aren't in that position. They just get stubborn. They don't invest the time. Maybe they think that someone's holding them back or they're not in the right position. But it's important for Steph to continue to improve. Steph, some of you may know, at Christmas his father passed away, and it was a tough situation. And he was not with the team for the first few weeks after our Christmas break. And he has come back to the United States, and he's really invested himself into our program and to the university, and I think our guys feel that, and it's paying great dividends for him.
Yeah, that's a tough situation. On a whole different note, how pleased are you to see 3 times as many free throw attempts as 3-point attempts from your team on Saturday?
Oh, it's my favorite, right? I mean, we've been preaching that. We had a great week of practice. We gave a game away against San Francisco State. I think I'm supposed to say credit to them. But, we were in a great position to win that game and on Thursday. And it was a tough result emotionally for our team. And I was really worried about if we would bounce back against East Bay, who's fighting for dear life for postseason and has a lot of older players and a good team. And I thought we played well for 30 minutes, 32 minutes, whatever the case may be. But watching the video with the guys today, with the fouls, I just complimented them on how hard they played. And I also told them at this level, that's a given. You're supposed to play hard. You're on scholarship, you're a young adult, you have people in the stands, people paying money to come see you. You are supposed to play hard. And we had a video that I watched today from Kelvin Sampson at Houston talking about playing hard versus being competitive. And getting to the foul line, rebounding, some of those things, not settling for the easy 3-point shot. That's part of being competitive. And let's face it, we're in a game where 4 of our players foul out. That's just hard. And yes, we do need to play a little bit more zone defense, but we're just not quite there with our zone defense. And it takes some IQ, it takes decision making, it takes experience. It's easy to sit in the zone, but good offensive teams can manipulate the zone and get easy shots. And we're also still trying to build our man-to-man defense. So it's good to see us get to the free throw line. It's good to see us challenge ourselves to play man-to-man defense. Just kind of ran out of gas on Saturday.
This week and weekend you're going to San Bern and Pomona. So what are you working on this week in practice? Kind of trying to hone in.
Are they watching this? Are we posting this?
Maybe.
Coach Arginal at San Bern. What we're working on is running better offense and not letting teams push us off our spots. Trying to get the ball delivered on time. Trying to kind of take the shots that are available, get into our offense a little bit faster. And, without Cam, it's changed the dynamics. You lose Jordan Johnson, you lose Cam Timmons, all of a sudden you might not throw the ball in the post as much. And, we can't get away from that. So we need to make sure that we throw the ball to Pejan and throw the ball to Isaac and throw the ball to Steph and still use them as part of our offense. But, we need to – I feel like we've kind of gotten back to where we need to be defensively in terms of our focus and our toughness. We still make mistakes, some young mistakes, but we really need to get with it on offense and have some balance. And I think with young players, you have to understand that you have to work as hard without the ball as you do with the ball. And that's been a big sticking point with us, is how to get open, where to be on time, and where to throw the ball when you're supposed to. So that's something that we've been working on.
Do you expect Stu back this week?
Yes, I do. I thought that he had a lingering injury in his leg, and I thought maybe he'd play a little bit late last week, and he did not. But he practiced today, so he's back in the fold, and we'll see kind of how that plays out. Steve-O was kind of a late scratch against San Francisco State. Kind of surprised me. He didn't play on Thursday. So we just kind of been battling through roster adjustments and who's going to play what position, and just as soon as you think as a coach you've got it figured out and you've got guys in certain positions, you have to start moving people around. But Stu should be okay. As long as I don't get after him in practice about his defense, he'll be all right. But he really helps us with his his experience, his ability to get us into offense. He does a good job of taking care of the basketball. Does a good job when he's out there that the game doesn't quite get away from us, so to speak, in terms of plus minus and things like that. So, and he's a good shooter. And there's times where we just need someone to vault up and hit a shot.
And on Saturday, obviously, Stu and limited Steve-O, but giving Brandon 40 minutes, what did you see that you liked from him?
He was just competitive as could be. Played hard and didn't back down. And as a freshman against an older team like that and playing for 40 minutes, you look at the game, Rob Diaz doesn't score a point. He's our leading scorer. He's one of the leading scoring, if not the leading scoring freshman in the league. For him not to score a point, for us to hang in there, is something to be said about our guys' willingness to compete. But I think that started with Brandon. I think the one thing you see with Brandon, especially when he plays the point, is he kind of sets the tone for us defensively. He picks up full court. He's gotten a lot better at it as the season's gone on. Early in the year, he'd pick up full court and kind of get beat and kind of put us in a compromising situation with our defense. But now he's kind of gotten where he understands his limits and tries to keep the ball in front, but just his ability to kind of set the tone for us on the defensive end with his toughness. And nobody's perfect, right? I mean, but he brings an energy to the game, and he's always a threat to make shots. He just needs a little more seasoning in terms of, he's adjusting, right? He's adjusting to not maybe being the best player on the floor all the time or being the most experienced, and that's what happens with freshmen. And he has the ball in his hands a lot. So just the ability to kind of get us into some stuff, use ball screens when he needs to, and in the late clock situations, be aggressive and not just rely on the three-point shot. But I thought he did a great job on Saturday. I thought he did a great job on Thursday. just needs to continue to play with confidence.
All right. Good luck this week on the road, Coach. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.